That's the shocker. That's creepy.
You should watch First to Third because of your commitment to excellence.
Drunken debauchery.
Athletic achievement.
PBR.
Competition.
Women.
Money.
Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else alone.
All right, I'm Ad Rock. I'm here on First to Third. Been a while. We missed you guys.
What's up, guys?
It's the off season, man. Taking a break.
I know, man. We're healing our wounds. We're licking our wounds. We're getting ready for the year. Fortunately, we don't have the eye candy of Michaela here tonight.
I got a prop, though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, man. Check it out.
All right. I like those.
Yeah.
I might be better than Michaela.
I think it's going to be my alter ego on the kickball field in 2012.
Speaking of 2012, have some circuit events that were announced this week.
Yeah, man. You excited?
I'm stoked. Florida's my favorite one.
Well, good. Well, the kickoff event of the East Coast is South Florida on the 18th of February. You guys going?
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
gonna be there.
Good.
I haven't missed one yet. I've been
Me
to
neither.
there's been
Well-
4. I've been to all 4.
It's going to be good. I think right now, as of this evening, 9 o'clock on a Wednesday, we've got 10 teams, I think, signed up so far. So,
Our team's discussing getting a beach house.
do it.
Dude, we did that when the first year when it was in Miami, and it was awesome.
Do it.
It was so fun.
Rent a van, get a house with a jacuzzi and a pool.
A couple prostitutes.
Nah, I don't know about that, but
Free ones.
for you, okay. No, yeah, do it. It'll be. You'll have a blast. IB has done it the last 2 years.
I heard about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off the camera, and IB will do it again this year, I'm sure. Actually, they've already booked the house and everything, so I'm pretty. OSC, I think, is going to go to this tournament, and IB is going to go to this tournament as well. So it'll be good. What just happened?
I don't know. You look like you just came in your pants, dude.
I saw it too. And his video was off from his audio. At least, and so it looked even funnier.
Am I frozen?
No, you.
Weird.
Not. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, do the house.
Oakley, tell me about what's going on in California.
Dude, March 24th, we got the Best of the West tournament in Long Beach. It was an awesome event last year. I went out with 3 hours ahead.
Did you win?
Yeah, we won, man.
We rocked.
Come on, you saw Wilson's pictures on Facebook. Cash, money, respect. PS admin. That's how tournament winning should be paid, dude. With
Yeah,
fucking
straight cash.
Yes.
Shit.
So you can put it in the cup and
Yeah. I'm gonna say no to that.
No,
But that's me. That's the DC tournament and New Orleans for next year. If Steven will do it again, I'm sure. The event manager for Best of the West is Steven. He does a great job. And actually, something we should talk about. We had so much interest in last year's event. Unfortunately, it was on a holiday that a lot of the West Coast teams couldn't go to. That this year they decided some teams, well, let's just say they were, what's the right word to use to be polite?
Lame?
No, they weren't scared.
Never scared.
They were intimidated by some of the teams that were coming out. Sofa King, AKT. No one really gave 3 hours ahead that great of a chance. But they just didn't even sign up for the tournament because they just assumed it was way too competitive. A lot of those teams did come out and watch, and some of them are now retooling. A lot of folks that hear about the circuit are always intimidated, unfortunately. Anybody can play this game. It's obvious. Regardless of your league, we all invite you to play in the circuit. Our rules are, unique where we looked across the board. We worked with several league organizations across the board to, find middle ground that we thought would be the most competitive. So anyways, at the 2012 tournament in Long Beach, they're going to have 2 tournaments. The Elite Tournament, which is basically the circuit event, but also a JV tournament, I think is what they're calling it, where if you want to come out, you don't want to compete for money, but you want to compete and have a good time playing a kickball tournament, you're open to do so. So that's what the event manager wanted to do. He thinks, and I agree, I think there's enough interest for it. So on March 24th, if you're in the California area and you want to see what circuit kickball is all about, come on out and play. If you're not there yet and you don't think you can compete, I would argue that you should do it anyways and just, jump feet first. But we'll see.
See, I think this would be a perfect situation to use the tiered format like we had in the NYC tournament this year. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Some folks thought that was the best approach to kind of get teams that didn't want to get destroyed 3 pool play games and then not even make it to single limb. We're going to try something else on the West Coast. I should clarify that the rule book hasn't been updated just yet. We're still going through some of the talking points that we had at the summit. But we might include a couple of different things when it comes to single elimination, double elimination, and maybe alternative seedings. It's still going to go up for a vote in front of the committee or the community for feedback, basically a public forum for final discussion.
Hey, whatever came of the rules summit in Vegas? Did you guys end up having that?
Yeah, we did.
How'd it go?
We did a live stream. There's a lot of things changing. The way that for those of you watching this have no idea what we're talking about, the company Kickball 365 as a whole has the circuit. That's basically the product of competitive kickball. And as the commissioner of the circuit, I guess that's our title, or my title, we are very transparent on our rules. So every year we host this annual summit. It's basically a discussion between the rules committee, which there's 6 people on right now with folks from DC, Florida, New York, Arizona, and other basically forum members who have followed the game and are aware of how the game is played, and they go to enough events to see and hear what captains are saying and what players are saying about what rules are working, what aren't, what should we tweak. Every year we do a summit where we basically say what needs to change. This past year in Vegas, the batter's box. Now I'm not going to get this correct because it's been a month and a half. And
all right, well, just the Reader's Digest version will be good.
Batter's box is going to increase. We're going to add definitions of double elimination in the rule book. We'll likely add. I think we're going to change the radius of the pitcher's circle or something like that. And then the substitution rule, which we didn't come to a conclusion on, but we basically put together 4 options. And we're going to release all these changes to the forum. And for a week, anybody who's on the forum can debate, say one way or the other, and then the rules committee will take it in-house, make a final decision, and we'll post the rules in December.
Sweet.
Right. So we're very open with what we want to do and what in terms of how to improve the game. Excuse me. And I think it'll work out well. So there were some things we just laughed at and we struck completely off the record. You'll see that when we post the comments to the boards. But
what are some examples? Like, what was a funny one?
We did talk about completely eliminating the cones from the batter's box. We talked about counting strikes as fouls and fouls as strikes. So basically 2 strikes or 2 fouls and you're out. I think we're going to eliminate the 1 bounce rule because no one uses it, even though people are like DeMattis, one of the 4 members, is dying for it. But that's just some of the stuff that came up. There's other stuff, but I'll let the forum discuss it. It'll be a lot of fun for a good
Now,
thread.
my question is, if you would eliminate the cones, what's the catcher's path going to be?
In that case, we didn't even get to discussing it. We kind of just threw it out. We just thought, no, we need the cones. So, we have to funnel the catcher and the player. But a lot of folks this year, if you watched any of the videos or followed any of the threads, people thought the kicking box was too shallow. And we actually, another funny thing is everybody assumes in circuit rules that if you touch the ball with your hand, you're out. That's another kickball league's rule. It's not a rule. So we're actually going to add a definition or clarification that says you can't just pick up the ball to be a dick. Then it almost is like you're interfering. But there is no, like, if you touch the ball with your hand, you're out. We don't have that rule. But
if you pick up the ball and hand it to the catcher, it's a pop foul and you're out.
It's not really a pop, though, is it? Because you're, I don't know.
I don't know. It touched you, and then after it touches you, it goes into the hands of a defensive player without touching the ground first.
True. I mean, I guess that is true.
It's not like penalizing you for being polite, but if you want to roll the ball back to the pitcher, you pick it up and roll it on the ground. But if you pick it up and throw it to somebody, you might as well pick it up with your foot.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. So, anyways, that stuff we should be posting the rule changes before Thanksgiving for feedback from the community. So that'll be coming up soon. But Florida on February 18th and Long Beach, California on March 24th. Florida team fee is $500. You can put a deposit down right now and guarantee your spot.
Do it. It's going to fill up.
So the tournament might actually fill up. Every year we get 32 teams. We got great fields. And then Long Beach, it's a different registration format where you pay per player, which actually the cost of your player when you sign up includes your social event, includes everything. So do that as well. If you can come to both, that'd be phenomenal. But if you're on the East Coast, come to Florida. If you're on the West Coast, go to Long Beach. And then the rest of the circuit schedule, the national tour, as we call it, that will be announced. The complete schedule will be announced on January 2nd. We don't like announcing anything prematurely. We want to make sure that the guys, the event managers, guys and girls that we're working with, have everything locked down and at least tell you a month, and if we can, the month and the date, so you can get those travel plans good to go at least 90 days out. So
is Austin going to be a circuit tournament?
Yes, Austin is.
April 21st.
April 21st. DC teams, IB and OSC are not going to make it, unfortunately. IB has a wedding that weekend, so we will not be there, unfortunately. But that tournament will be awesome, and I hope more teams like Relax and other WACA and Austin Social Sports Athletic Groups and all the other clubs down there come out. But
we're taking a hard look at that tournament. The timing is good. It's a good city to visit.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's epic. And obviously,
I've never been.
If you go to any one of these events, you'll qualify for New Orleans. If you can't make it to any of these events and you're at home thinking, well, I'll never go to one of these. If you win your league back home, if you're the Go Kickball National Champion, the WACA National Champion, or if you play in Recess Kickball in Maryland and that's your biggest championship, you qualify and you're in. So we'll be pushing out press releases and updating the structure document, letting everybody know how they can qualify for the Circuit Cup in New Orleans, likely in November. We'll put the full details out when they're available. But, there's a lot going on.
And I just want to know, where do you think the new team's going to emerge from? What region? There's always a team every year that comes out.
This year, what do you think? Flying V?
Come on, Flying V, Dad.
They've got enough.
They're the big team last year. They did nothing.
No, I'm just saying that that's the example. Like Flying V came out of nowhere, but they were good.
They didn't come out of nowhere, man. Those guys have been kicking ass in Georgia for forever, man. Those guys, they
go kickball forever. Yes,
that's right.
Minnesota, those guys came out to the circuit event in Vegas.
Wisconsin, that was Super Dudes.
That's what I meant.
Wisconsin, Minnesota, North Dakota.
I'm really looking forward to seeing another Midwest team come out and compete. I'm looking for another.
Big ballers, come back, man.
I want big ballers back. I want to see Relax and Let It Happen play in the Cup. I'd love to see it happen. They're a quality team. We all would love to see another Meatballs Relax showdown. Are the Meatballs going back to Austin?
I don't know.
I hate the Meatballs. I don't want to talk about them. I don't know where they're going next year.
We were supposed to have a bunch of Meatballs on the show tonight, but...
What do you know? They flaked out. Who would have guessed?
That's Meatballs. That's your opportunity to get on the show and defend yourselves. Anyways, so what else has been going on, guys? Other than the Midwest folks, I would love to see another West Coast team. Not a team that merges or kind of puts it all together. But I'd love to see another powerhouse that in the West it's VAVI. In the Midwest, it's Musa. I know there's more competitive teams than Musa. I want to see another Nashville team come out. There's, that Nashville Sports League has got 80-plus teams competing. Why can't they figure out the rules and come back out? Just because some teams bunt doesn't mean they can't figure out the game. Perfect example, look at Musa with Super Dudes. They didn't go to a single circuit event, and then they made it to the Final Four at the Cup.
Yeah.
If you've got the talent and you can watch the game and understand the game and know the rule book, you can do very well. And you can walk home with $1,250,
A chick on both arms.
Heck yeah.
I'll tell you what I'm stoked about is this chat about a kickball pitching machine.
I've been in Mexico. What are you talking about?
Well, AZ Bellman, or one of those nerds from the Arizona region, they're talking about building a kickball pitching machine, like I don't know if anyone's ever seen a soccer one, but I'm sure it's a baseball machine. Just plop the ball in, shoots it out, and he's creating one hopefully that mimics a pitch like Corey Holland.
With spin or without spin?
Well, supposedly with spin.
Yeah, the idea being that you can control the variable speeds of each wheel.
Yeah.
So, to put spin on it. I think it's a great idea. Actually, we've talked about this before. I could definitely see how you would use one.
I definitely see too.
Adam's not convinced.
No. I'm intrigued.
You look skeptical.
How fast?
I don't know. How fast can you throw a kickball?
I've always wondered. I've never clocked any of our pictures.
Supposedly the Florida guys had the fastest arms clocked down there, like 55, 60. I don't know if I buy it.
So, in
kickball?
Florida, they throw 55, 60. Obviously, there's dudes at Virginia Beach that can throw it like 114. And then everyone else is probably in the 30s.
Yeah.
New York's in the 30s, probably.
Yeah.
Well, depending on the grass and the dirt you're pitching on, right?
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be sweet. I just want to know how much it is because I don't know. It's going to be an investment. It seems to sound like.
I'd buy the plans for it, like a kit. You know what I mean? Because it would be hard as hell. I mean, the thing's going to be a beast. It would be pretty hard to ship an entire unit or whatever. But I would buy a schematic for it.
That would be interesting.
I thought he was talking about welding shit, though. You know how to weld?
Yeah. He wants.
Figure it out. How hard can it be?
So you want to get? Let's get him on the show. Let's get him on the show to talk this idea out.
Yeah.
AZ Bellman, I'll hit you up on the boards. I know you watch the show.
Yeah.
We'll get you on here. We get you on here to show the prototype to America.
I want you to bring Zach on.
We'll sell it.
I do.
You want to do what?
I want Zach next to him just drinking a beer, but not.
Well, Zach's going to be the target, dude. You're going to bust his junk while he drinks beers.
We could do that.
Yeah,
That'd be
dude.
pretty cool. So the kickball pitching, it needs a better name than the kickball pitching machine.
The Smash-O-Matic.
Kill
Blast
nerds.
strong.
The kitching machine. I don't know. Yeah. But off season, time to focus on the prize and get ready for Florida for most teams.
Yeah. Well, very cool.
Right on.
Let's close this shit out.
Close it, man. It's all yours, Oakley.
America, we love you. Rest your hamstrings. Lift weights. Get strong. Get ready for Florida. See you in February.
Agreed.
Peace.
If I were you, I'd take precaution before I step to meet a fine girl. Yeah. 'Cause in some portion, she'll think she's the best thing in the world. She's so fly, she'll drive you right out of your mind. Steal your heart when you're blind. Beware, she's scheming. She'll make you think you're dreaming. You'll fall in love and you'll be screaming, demon. Yeah. Lost a little bit of it with age.